Yeah, I mean, credit. Credit Florida. I think, if this, just historic run that these guys have been on, and the guys that have worn the uniform last couple of years, if it's going to come to an end for us, I wouldn't have wanted it to be in a game where we lost to a lower seed, and there's some honor, I guess, in the way that this went down. But it's a tough loss. We played, I think, in a manner that gave us a real chance to win. And credit Clayton. I mean, he made some NBA level threes off the dribble, to beat us. And it took that for somebody to put us down in this tournament after winning, obviously, a bunch in a row here. So, but obviously, words can't describe the respect I have for the men to my left.
All right, now we'll open it up for questions for the student athletes. Any questions for the student athletes? Let's start on the edge here, Jaden, then we'll come up front.
Mark Cannizzaro from the New York Post. Alex, can you speak to how frustrating that last sequence was when they kept getting those offensive rebounds off the missed free throws, and just how frenetic that was?
I mean, yeah, it was super frustrating. They were giving us gifts. They were missing free throws, and we just didn't capitalize on the opportunity. And, if we grabbed those rebounds, and who knows what would have happened. So, I mean, that's not the thought right now, but we just missed out on those opportunities.
Okay, front row, Jaden, then we'll go front row here, and then there.
Haas, can you speak to the defense that you guys played, particularly in the first half? I mean, you were very disruptive. You kind of took them out of rhythm until really the last few minutes of the game.
Yeah, we was really guarding really well. Everybody was in their position they were supposed to be. I thought we followed the game plan extremely well, especially in the first half. Second half, they just caught fire. We had a little lapses on defense, but yeah.
All right, front row, Coop.
Samson, can you just talk about your time at UConn and how much it's meant to you? Obviously, you're the winningest player in UConn history, so I wanted to give you some time to tell us about your time.
UConn is my family now. I've enjoyed going to war with these guys every single night. I met some incredible people. The coaching staff, all the people around. It's just like one family, we care about each other so much, and I always, they my family, obviously, having the most wins in the history of UConn is a great accomplishment, but I feel like if you had one more win tonight, it would have been even better. But it is what it is. But UConn's family.
All right, Coop on the fourth row there.
This question's for Samson. So coming into this, in the first half, you came away with 9 rebounds and really played with a fire and a tenacity that Dan Hurley would describe as a warrior spirit. I mean, were you feeling extra amped up coming into this game because of how big of the moment was and considering who the opponent was?
That's always my mentality going to the games. I didn't want to go home today. I just wanted to win the game. You got to give it everything you have. I feel like that's the mentality I came into the game with, and I was trying everything in my power to help my team win. We just came up short.
Any other questions for the student athletes? All right, gentlemen, you're excused. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll open the floor up for questions for the coach. Start on the edge.
Hey, Dan, what hurts the most about this? Is it because it was right there for you, or is it more the ending, if that makes any sense?
Yeah. I mean, unless it ended in San Antonio, cutting the nets down again, it was going to end you know, in a real, you know, emotional way for us. Yeah, part of it is probably too, you know, just the season, just how tumultuous the season's been, how hard the team battled and fought just to qualify for the tournament, and then you know, for how the game played out, up 3 at the last media, 2 free throw rebound mistakes. Now, you know, we've you know, past teams, you know, we've had issues like that occur, but those are in games we're up 15, 18, so they weren't as magnified. And you know, like, you know, obviously the Caribbean drive on the baseline, you know, there was a lot of contact there, and we're up 1, I think at that point, or 2 potentially, and that, I thought that was a big play too. Or you want to ask a question? I thought you went 2. And then, you know, listen, you credit, you know, the teams that, you know, team like Florida. I mean, you know, Clayton made 2 threes off the dribble that were like NBA level, stop on a dime, highly contested, you know, and I thought we had a lot of great looks in the game. I thought our off-ball movement created a lot of good looks from the three-point line that, you know, we just, you know, couldn't cash in on. And, but, you know, it's a lot of emotion, man. We're a passionate program. The players play with it. I coach with it. And you're always fucking drained when it's over.
Okay, Jaden, 4th row there, and then we'll go up front. Coop.
Thank you. Brian Ralph from Heat Check. Coach, I'm curious, you knew this was going to end at some point. Does the loss help put in perspective how special the last 2 years have been?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even, you know, I would say going into the year, you know, there's a lot, I mean, of, you know, rewiring and things I got to do in the off season, because you just get caught up in this tidal wave of success that we've had, and you know, you just you lose perspective. You know, you struggle with the ego at times because you've been on this incredible run. So it'll be nice to get to a normal off season and just get back to you know, myself as a coach, and not have to throw out first pitches. And you should only be ringing stock market bells and throwing out first pitches when you win the major championship. So, you know, I won't have to do things like that. I'll be able to just kind of, you know, focus on the upcoming season, make better decisions with all aspects of coaching. But yeah, I mean, when I saw the, you know, you know, when I was asked about the 13 in a row, you have no idea the company and what we've accomplished. So you could take some solace in that. But today was, to be that close to getting to a Sweet 16 and knowing, you know, that the 2 seed lost yesterday, and this bracket could have really opened up for us. And we knew that going in once we saw the 2 seed lose.
Okay, front row here.
Dan, same question to you. I asked the players. Can you just talk about briefly what each of these guys meant to your program, Alex, Samson, and Hassan?
They change your life. I mean, men like that change your life. I mean, I was in a coach. I don't know necessarily. I was on the hot seat going into 23. You got to ask Dave Benedict. But until these men, you know, until Alex Caribbean put on the uniform, and, you know, and Haas, Samson, the players change your life when you have such special people.
Okay, Coop, 4th row.
Hi, I was just wondering, I'm going to ask a similar question I asked Samson, but I was wondering, how did you feel early on about like the physical presence your team brought and the effort that was early on, even if you get the rebound? I mean, they were trying to smack it out of Florida's hands, so I was wondering if you could elaborate on, you know, the early on effort that you guys gave.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it was, you know, I don't think we could have, you know, managed the game better than we did. We dragged them into the type of game that we wanted to drag them into. We kind of dragged them into, you know, a Big East low possession game. This did not resemble an SEC game. They shoot in the first 6 seconds of the possession. We shoot in the first 9 seconds of the possession. You know, we dragged them into a game that was the only way for us to, you know, to give ourselves a chance to win. I thought we did an admirable job on the backboard. The only reason why we were out-rebounded by such a huge front line was because, you know, we took 14 more shots than them. I think when we go back and watch this film, you know, on this flight back today, I think it's going to be, you know, I think it's going to be crushing. You know, looking at those free throw rebound plays again, looking at the Caravan finish on the baseline with the no call on that. I think a lot of the threes, you know, we took some tough ones because they're a top 5 defense in the country, but, you know, we had some really good looks at threes that, you know, could have gave us some separation down the stretch, actually.
Okay, let's go against the curtain. This is the last question.
No question, Coach. Just wanted to thank you for the last 3 seasons.
And I want to thank CBS Confidential because that crew right there of 3, there's nobody better. Rachel and your squad right there. You've been part of it the whole way, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you.
All right, Coach, thank you very much.